baby girl, we just
Anybody that you wanna pop, yeah, we go pop bomb. We go pop bomb. Anybody that you wanna shoot, yeah, we go shoot them. We go shoot them.
And welcome again, Big Jungle, into the recording studio. I'm doing well. I think, yeah, sometimes you could take the Nigerian out of Nigeria, but then you can't take the Nigerian away from the Nigerian. So I think because you're in the South, it's still laid back and chilled, and time has a different meaning. But oh goodness. Well, I start off by introducing you as, and going by your stage name as Big Jungle. Not just as a recording artist, but also as a producer, engineer, and record executive as well. In this series about Must Be the Music, what's going to be great is that many people know music from what they see on TV and what they consume, but what's it like being in the industry, and the journey it's taken to get there is going to be one of the fascinating things that a lot of people would be really keen on.
And the only reason why I went to audio engineering school was one of my friends that suggested it, because I never planned to go to audio. He was like, look, with the flair and the fire that you have, it will be good to go to audio engineering school because it will be the basics. You'll be able to speak the language, you'll be able to talk to people, you'll be able to be a professional now. Okay. And that's one of the best advices I ever took. Being that you want to get into the industry, because a lot of people come into the industry different ways.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely get to that. I'm gonna definitely get to that point. But I now get the. This was 2007, and they said they're not gonna open till 2008.
Okay.
So I'm happy, and I'm all that. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna chill and wait till 2008 comes around, and then I go to the school, and that was one of the best things that happened, because it kind of just opened up different doors. It made me start speaking to speak and talking to talk, actually speaking the terms. Meeting up with the professionals that will come to the school for the time to have different producers and different artists that come and speak to us in the school and tell us different stories and different things. And that's why I learned that in the industry, you can't just say you want to be just one thing. If you say you just want to be a record producer, that's all you're going to be, is a record producer. And if one day they don't need record producers no more, what's going to happen? You're going to be out of the industry. So long story short,
was the school, I mean, because I went to UCL Extension and I was doing music management, and we had Randy Jackson, who used to be on American Idol. He was one of our teachers talking about music management, and so we had execs from both film and TV and music would come in, and it wasn't like an A level, it wasn't like a proper university. It was more so teaching you about the stuff, teaching you about royalties, so you could understand the business from the professionals, and then they would link into other companies where you have internships. So if I got an internship with Edmonds Entertainment in Hollywood because I was working for the link for the school. So this, when you were doing your audio training, was that something similar?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. If not for the school, you wouldn't have those. You wouldn't know you could actually get those kind of internships, and you probably wouldn't get that internship because they'll give that to you because you're coming from the school.
Yeah.
Maybe you refer to them, or you just go in there and tell them that, okay, I'm finishing the courses here. I'm trying to come to an internship here, and they'll listen to you more. Yeah, that definitely happened in school, because I did the internship thing for like 2-3 studios.
Okay.
Before I now did it for a particular studio who was more of like a studio who was like on the streets. It was more like a street studio, like a studio like where Atlanta artists came to record, up and coming artists. So I met a lot of people at that studio. I made a lot of relationships because in the industry it's all about relationships.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's the key to everything. Is all about relationships. There's gonna be somebody you went to school with, somebody you interned with, somebody you did a song with, or somebody you met at somebody's studio. You know, there's always that circle, and it's a very small industry. So you have to really watch it, because if you rub people in the wrong way, then it's gonna go around so quick. So you know, got into the school, and I think it was like an 18-month course.
Okay.
For the audio engineering. So, and then, you know, we did it all from, and then the good thing about it is that being an audio engineer is like from being an audio engineer, you can be a songwriter, you can be a producer, you can go into management, you can own your label, you can do sound for picture, you can go into video, you know, you can branch into so many other things as advice to just saying, okay, you just want to be in the industry and you don't really know what part of the industry you want to be in, you know. So it really, one of the best things that I ever did was actually go into that school.
So coming out of that then, so you've got the skills in the studio. What was then the vision afterwards when you like, okay, I want what I'm going to do next? And
even before leaving the school, I had a friend. I had a friend who was, matter of fact, the friend that actually advised me to go to school. He was an artist at the time.
Okay.
I don't know, the first artist I used to mess with, somebody called Jazza. It was somebody called his name was Jazza. So he was in ABU too, and he was an artist back then. And then back then too, I had another friend back then who was called Mendo, who was in ABU too. Mendo was like the one that made us all believe that it was possible. I mean, back in ABU then, he had a keyboard, you know, he was doing production, little rhyming and all that. So he introduced me to Jazza, who actually left for the States before I got to the States. Okay. So by the time I got to the States, we were talking back and forth, and I went to school for it, and he was an artist. So we linked up, and then we formed Jungle Justice. Back then it was JJE, it was Jungle Justice Entertainment. Okay. Back then. So I was the one I was more behind the scenes then. I wasn't putting out music then at all. You know, he was the one putting out music. You know, I would source the beats. We would source the beats. We would put the music out together. You know, I would print the flyers and push. I was the one promoting the music. He was an artist. We had the label together. And then I was the one promoting them and pushing it. Yeah. But when we're in school, I think after I left school, once I left school, I started interning, and we're still doing music back and forth, pushing his music. Because he was releasing music, we're pushing his music, but I was still interning. I got a studio at the house, and then I started recording local artists. Local artists would come to the house. I would charge them like $30 an hour, record them, give them a rough mix their music, and still interning downtown as well. I mean, I used to do internship where I would finish work at like 5 in the evening, then I would go to the studio to intern from like 8 to like 8 in the morning. Wow. The longest internship I did was like 22 hours. Wow. That was for Justin Bieber.
My goodness.
I sat in a lot of sessions, Justin Bieber, Elton John, B.O.B. Man, the list is endless. Okay. Interned for a lot of top dudes. So that's where I kind of learned a little bit too of how to, because one thing they'll teach you as an intern, you can't appear as a fan. You're not a fan. Even if you're an intern, I mean, you're the lowest, but you're still like a colleague. You're the one that's, doing the studio runs, going to get their food, making sure their food is good, and everything is good. So at the end of the day, you're contributing to the project. So you can't act like a fan. You can't be starstruck.
Yeah.
Because if you're starstruck, asking for pictures and all that, I guess you fired fast.
Yeah.
Unless you fired quick. So basically, I'm doing all that, interning. I have my own studio. I have the little label with my artists. So we're pushing. So I think we kind of fell out. Me and him fell out after, I think we had done like 2 projects. We had done, there was one project he had called When You Go Yankee, and there was Black Market. Then he started producing. He started using a lot of Onyeka Onwenu, Osadebe, Fela tunes, a lot of infectious samples. So there was this lady that wanted to use one of his beats, and then it just turned out all bad, and me and him fell out. And then he fell out. I was like, damn, he was the only artist I had at that time. And I think he kind of made a little remark like, okay, now you can go and do it yourself. You know, who are you gonna use now? Blah blah blah. You can't. You're not doing music. Blah blah blah. So I think that kind of like put a little bit of fire under me. Then I started, because I always had my little raps here and there. I always had my little songs here and there, but I never put them out. I never looked at it like I was gonna be behind the camera. You know, I never looked at it. So I put out a couple of tunes here and there. And this was way before the Afrobeat started. This was like American. You know, I put it here and there. People gravitated towards it here and there. But I was just pushing. I was like, I can't let the name die.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna just keep on putting out music. Like, find another artist. You know.
So this was the E in Jungle Justice Music, or what was his?
This was no. It was, at that point in time, it was Jungle Justice Entertainment.
Oh, Jungle Justice Entertainment. Okay.
Yeah, that's what me and him kind of. First of all, I was Timeless Music and he was Jungle Justice Entertainment.
Okay.
So, but I think he saw the energy I had and everything, and he was like, "Let's push Jungle Justice. Let's do Jungle Justice. You keep Timeless Music." I was like, "Cool," because I believed in his music. I think he sent me his first CD one time. Why don't you push it there, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't have no manager. I'm like, okay, look, bring it. I'll work with you, you know? So I think he sent it to me. I started pushing it out. I printed out the CDs. We got the artwork together. I started pushing it here in Atlanta, because Atlanta was one of the first places that the Afrobeat thing was accepted. It was one of the first places out here that a lot of people were gravitating towards here. So I said, okay, let me push it here. I brought him out here for a couple of shows here and there, introduced him to people. People started knowing who he was. So we just started riding like that. And then we did the second mixtape, Black Market. Really nice, beautiful songs. But we fell out.
Okay.
So then after falling out, I started putting out music here and there. You know, I wasn't really serious with it at first. Then I think there was this dude in my apartment complex that came to record at my crib one day and heard one of the songs. He was like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, you should go here and go and perform it here and see what blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." That's when I went to do my first performance. I went to some spot to do a performance somewhere.
Wow.
I was very energetic that first performance. I was very energetic, and I noticed the way people were like, "Oh, wow." Like, so I think after that, it kind of got infectious, and I just kept on performing. Different spots downtown Atlanta. I think I did a couple of shows out of town. And then that was, I think we fell out like 2014, 15. Then ending of 2015, early 16, that's when I started going hard. I had I stopped my job and I said I was going to push it for 2 years. I was going to push Just Music for 2 years. I had saved up some money, stopped my job. I was still doing some minimal jobs here and there.
Okay.
So I was pushing. I was just performing almost every night, putting out new music here and there, having a cameraman with me recording. That's the first couple of times when I think folks started noticing that I was performing. Yeah, there were a couple of friends on Facebook, maybe even you.
Yeah.
I was really heavy in it, and I think one day, what happened was one day some director called me up and heard one of my songs and said he wanted to use it in a movie.
Wow.
I said, okay, cool. In a Nigerian movie. I said, cool, that's not cool. I'm with it. He's like, okay. And then I think like a couple of days later, he was now like, look, that there's this part in the movie that he thinks I'll be good for, like the dude for that part, he doesn't like the dude in the part. I'm like, cool, why not? So I went over somewhere down the street, shot the part.
Okay.
You know, had good chemistry on set with everybody. And his brother had this friend on set. And the friend was like, is that your song? I said, yeah. He said, I have this friend that I think you and him will can do something big. I said, really? I said, yeah. I said, okay, give him my number. Then one day, out of the blue, Treasure Cone calls me.
Okay.
Out of the blue. Call me. I said, who is this? I said, Treasure Cone. I said, where are you from? He says, Congo. I said, okay, how you doing? He said, I heard one of your songs. I said, really? He said, yeah, I like the song. Blah, 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 blah. He said, I have this song that I think that will be good for you. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, send it to me. He sends it to me. And it's a song called Fashion. We haven't released that song, but that's the first song we did.
Okay.
When he sends me the song, I hear the song and it's on the Afrobeat tip.
Wow.
I hadn't done Afrobeat before. I didn't even attempted it. I was listening to it, I was like, wow, okay, how am I gonna tackle this one? So I listened to it for a couple of days, and I wrote something to it and I recorded it and I sent it to him. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I said, yeah, you fuck with it. He's like, yeah, fuck with it. So we started playing it around for people here and then. Everybody started gravitating towards it. I go, who is that dude you're working with? I'm like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, man, that song is nice, blah, blah, this, that. So I now went to another studio and then we recorded it again. And then I took it to a club, to a DJ and gave it to him. And it was like, okay, just come with him. We'll just get a section and we'll give you a single release party and see what people think. And we took it to the club and played it that night and everybody liked it. Everybody was like, wow, this is nice. Is that you? Blah, blah, blah. And that's how me and Treasure Cone started. And that's how we just kept on going. One song after the other, one song after the other, one song after the other. That's just how we just kept, that's just how that relationship started. And that was 2000 and, I think that was 2016.
So did you then decide, okay, I'm going full time into this music stuff because you gave yourself 2 years, or was it a sense where, because the other part of what we wanted to discuss is about the money part of making of music, especially now where it's all digitized and stuff like that. As a label, can you survive off of just the performances and releasing stuff, or do you still need a 9 to 5 just to bankroll the career?
Oh, most definitely. You have to have some type of income to bankroll the career, definitely. And holding on to your day job till you get to that point where you're making money off it, definitely something you have to do. But it's all about the promotion. That is the only way that's the only way you're gonna make the money from it, because you can spend all this money to buy the beat, record the song, mix the song, spend all this money on the video, spend all this money on clothes and appearances. But if you're not spending that amount on the promotion, then nobody's going to know about the song to go and stream the song or play the song or download the song or actually even make any money from the song. So you definitely have to spend to make the money, but you don't have to be crazy with it.
Okay.
You know, with the spending, because this is the industry that if you want to spend, trust me,
yeah.
You will spend.
Yeah.
You will go through $100,000 in a day if you want to. You know, but that's why you have to be smart with it. Like when you're picking your beats, you don't have to go and start picking expensive beats or say, I want to go and work with the
Timbaland Elvis beats.
No. right now, like you said, there are a lot of, music is so big now that there are a lot of producers online,
Yeah.
who you can go and get beats from, who their beats may not be as big as that, but at the end of the day, it's you as an artist, what you put on the beat is going to make the beat hot. You can get a beat that's really, really hot, but if whatever your lyrics or your storyline or whatever you're putting on the track is not hot, that track is not going to be hot. Because if you listen to an instrumental of a song before they put the lyrics, you'll see the difference that it was just a beat. No matter how hot it was a beat. But once the lyrics come in, maybe your flow, your storyline, passion, your emotion, your rhythm on that song, that's what's going to make that song big. So
but after going to your audio engineering school, did you learn, was it mainly to record, or were you learning the actual production as well? What was it that you took out of that? So now as an independent label that you don't need to then spend money on, that you can do it in-house?
Recording.
Oh, so yours are mainly, recording.
Yeah, mine was mainly recording, tracking, being able to, because you want to have somewhere that, as an artist, you want to have somewhere that you have easy access to record.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people now have a little in-home studio where they can record, because you can record your lyrics and then you can send it somewhere else for them to mix it for you.
Okay.
As advice, to go into that studio and paying for recording time.
Yeah.
And you have to pay for recording time, and you pay for mix time, and you pay for master time.
Yeah.
Why don't you just pay for only mix and master?
Okay.
Because at times you may be creative at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And you need to record something there. If you have a little setup in the house, you can record something. Because you don't need $1 million studio, though.
A Hit Factory and Ocean Way. And
you don't need $1 million studio to record $1 million record or to produce $1 million. Is when you want to fine tune it.
Yeah.
You want to fine tune it and do that other extra curricular going on. Yeah. But you always have to have somewhere. You always have to have somewhere that you can reach out and record and be creative without pressure.
So then, for yourself, and for Timeless Music, Jungle Justice, the music group, do you then have in-house producers, or are you constantly sourcing your music from a variety of sources?
Music, as for the beats I'm sourcing. The beats I'm sourcing online. Most of my, in fact, to be honest with you, I have some producers. All of my producers are online.
Oh.
All the songs that I've done are all online. Because you can just go on YouTube and you can type in Afro beats or type in Wizkid type beat or this type. Everything will come out up in there.
And then you contact them, says, do you want to?
And you contact them. There'll definitely be some type of email or link to a website or something, and you just contact them there right there. And you negotiate if you want to lease the beat, or if you want to buy it outright, or however you want to do it. Yeah, straight up.
Is that cheaper than going to getting a producer who you're sitting down with and talking and they're trying to?
That's way cheaper. That's way cheaper than you being in a studio with a producer and he's producing the beat right there.
Okay.
That's going to be way cheaper. I mean, some artists like that to be like, okay, I wanna be in the studio and produce as I'm going on.
Yeah.
But for most producers that would do that would kind of charge you. Will kind of charge you more.
I mean, one of the things I'm hearing is that you've brought in, you learned before, because I know the industry there's so much money that people don't think to hire an accountant to say, okay, let's see what we're spending to make sure we can balance it out. But it looks as if you really did a lot of research to say, okay, how do we make this cost effective in our, have my own in-house studio to record, but sourcing the beats and promoting as cost effectively as possible. Is that have you seen, has that paid off when you are releasing stuff? I mean, compared to, say, if somebody's on a major label, they may spend a lot more in just putting out something that's probably not as good as what you're doing.
Yes. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's about material. You know, it's about material, and just being able to realize that you don't really have to. You don't really, because look at the dude that did this song, that country song. I'm gonna take my horse.
I can't remember his name.
He bought that track online.
Oh,
that track was bought online for like $40 or something like that.
Wow.
You know, because at times you may meet some producers online who don't know about royalties, and you know, some of these producers, they just want to you know,
get rid of the beats because they constantly make
sell it like that. Because at the end of the day, they don't, you know, you most of the time, even big producers, Swiss Beats, Zaytoven, they'll tell you that if they put money on all the beats that they gave up, they'll probably be worth hundreds of millions. You know, there's some beats that you're going to give up that are going to be free. You're not going to make money off of it, but your name is going to
the name. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're still going to ask who made that beat.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what you want. That's initially, that's what you're trying to get people to say, as in who made that beat, not as in how much did you pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't start putting an amount on a beat when people don't know who you are. The beat may be as hot as it may be, as hot as whatever. Yeah. That's why as a producer, you have like 4 batches of beats. You may have this first batch. This is your fire pack. You know that this is your best beats right here. You know, this is something you want to give Kanye West, or you want to give you want to give somebody big. And this is your beats here for these are your beats that if you meet an artist that you know is serious, and you believe in the artist and you want to work with the artist, you'll be like, okay, use this. Let me see what you're gonna make from it. And then you have this pack here that you consider is your lowest grade, but at the end of the day, this is a beat that you can say free beats. Okay, it's free beat. These 5 beats are free. Let me see what you're gonna do with it. So you have to have, because even if I meet Pharrell tomorrow and Pharrell likes my style, up and coming artist, he likes my style, he's not gonna go to his fire pack. Even if he wants to bless me and say, okay, look, let me just give you a beat because I like your jungle, or I like your. He's not going to go to his A1 pack or his B pack. He's probably going to go to his C pack and say, okay, hold this.
Yeah.
And if I go and I smash that and kill that, he'll be like, okay, come back, let me give you something from the B pack. Okay. If I kill the B pack, and I'll be like, okay, look, let me sign you. Then I give you something from the A.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just that's why at the end of the day, you just have to, most importantly, you have to put yourself around people who are doing what you're trying to do. That's the most important thing. If I give anybody an advice and they say, okay, this is what I want to do music, the first thing I'm going to tell them is that, look, make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded with what you're doing, so that you all can influence each other. You can learn something tomorrow, you can learn something, you can teach each other, and make sure you're around people who are motivating you, you know, who are not trying to put you down most of the time because they don't understand what you're doing. Like if I wasn't strong-willed, I would have given up a long time ago, because coming up, I wasn't really around people who were like pushing me to be like, oh, you know, even my own folks were looking at me like I was crazy.
Of course.
Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, like, because there's no influence. You know, they didn't look at you like, okay, maybe your cousin is doing it, or your uncle is doing, or we know somebody who is doing that. You have to be around those kind of people, because things will happen quicker. You know, things will happen quicker for you. Things will happen more organically for you. You know, you won't have to wake up one day and be like, oh, yesterday everybody was telling me that I'm wasting my time. What am I doing? Blah blah blah. Because that's how dreams are killed.
Yeah. And as I said, one of the things about America is that it knows how to harness and help the dreams come true. So you picked an amazing place to go to in order to fulfill your dream. I mean, it's amazing that we spent quite a long time, a lot longer than we thought. But just as we wrap up, I mean, there's a track you've got out now called My Lover. And I guess the story behind that, was that one a track that you also sourced, or did you, because that seems, that's really, I mean, both the rap and the melody and the vocals are really, really hot. So, but I'll be surprised if you said you sourced the track, the beats, and then just...
That, to be honest, that track, because me and Treasure Cone, we go back and forth. I may have a song that I've done, and most of the time, the first person I think about who's going to be on the track is him.
Okay.
And he could have a song too, and if he wants to put a feature, the first person he's most likely to think about is me, because a lot of people have told him and told me that the way we are, the chemistry we have on the track is very, very infectious. It's almost like we planned it. But some of the songs at times we may not be in the same room. It may be something he did and he sent to me. So I think that My Lover was a song, was a track that he sourced.
Okay.
He sourced it, but I know that producer. I've already actually got some tracks from that producer, but that track was sourced online.
Okay. Wow.
And it was a track that was made. That track was made maybe like 4 years ago.
Wow.
But nobody used it. So there are a lot of songs like that. But if you hear the beat without the lyrics,
yeah,
you probably won't. You may like the beat, but you won't be as drawn to the beat now that you hear the lyrics. Because and to be honest, Treasure Cone is one of the only, because I don't jump to do songs with artists. I don't hop on everybody's song. Like, that's what everybody does now. Somebody's hot, they want to hop on the person's track because it's hot. I can understand that.
Yeah.
Because the reason I don't like that is because if that's what you're doing, that means you really don't have too much of an identity. You're just hopping on what's hot. If this is hot, you don't jump on this. So tomorrow, if there's nothing that's hot, that means you don't have anything to give. And Trey is like one of the people I know that he was just like my other artists. My other artists, I believed in him so much. Like, if I meet an artist and I believe in that person so much, I'll push that. Like with Trey, I didn't plan that I was gonna do 1 or 2 songs with him, but it's just that every single song that we do, it just gets better and it gets better and it gets better and it gets better. And he's really he's really, maybe a lot of people haven't really heard about him for now, but he's a very, very talented dude. Very, very talented. I mean, when it comes to songwriting and it comes to melodies and just things like that, we always have a way to just make it sound the way it sounds. And the only reason I'm saying that is because it's all about the sound. It's just that sound. It's all that sound, and then the story too. Like that My Lover, man. That song came out so good, and then the video was what made it. Was what really, the director didn't even know the video was gonna come out like that.
Wow.
When he did the video. So yeah, that's the.
I mean, it's a hot song. What's next? Do you guys have an album that you're putting up, or is it more singles, or what's the future?
He has one song he put out like maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
Everything Nice, and song's doing really well, to be honest with you. It's almost at 130,000 views on YouTube alone.
Wow. I mean, is he? Are you? Do you have a joint deal together, or are you just independent or separate?
Yeah, we're independent right now. I mean, we're independent right now, but he's a very strong affiliate with JJ Energy. But we're gonna make it official very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, because he is somebody that I will definitely be working with full time.
Okay.
Full time, and I take him as a younger brother. You know, I take him as a younger brother because we've done so. We have a lot of songs together.
Okay.
A lot of songs together.
So in the future, I mean, over the next by the end of the year, what do you think we might be good to look out for from time?
To be honest, I'm shooting a video tomorrow. I have a song called The Black Man. I'm shooting tomorrow.
Okay.
That's gonna be only me. I had that song for the longest. Maybe I did that song like 2013. But I think it was one of those songs that was ahead of its time then.
Okay.
So I'm shooting that tomorrow. Then we have another song, Fight No More. We're shooting that video next Sunday. So we have two new songs coming out that should be out by in the next 3 weeks, audio and video.
Wow, just releasing I think that's the difference with how things are. Before you'd have songs and an album, but the way the industry seems now is very much of the singles, streaming.
Yeah, single, especially being independent, and you know you're trying to put your name out there, because let's face it, before somebody's gonna listen to a whole album, they have to know you.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, and before somebody's gonna buy a whole album, be like, oh, let me buy a whole album for $10 or $12, you know.
Yeah.
And singles is a good way to go by right now. You know, like especially if you put out a single and the single is good enough to do over 100K streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, once a single can do over 100K streams, then you can put out another single. You know, but at times some folks, they put out singles. You know, you have to put out maybe like 1 or 2 and then promote it for some time. That's why I promoted my first single, Igwa Saba, for over a year and a half, so that people can really put your face and your music together. You know, you can't release one single now and then 3 weeks you release another one. You have to release 1 or 2 and push it for a long period of time so people can generate and levitate towards you and be like, okay, I know the name, I know the face, okay, that's you, that's your name, okay, I've seen your video, I know who you are. So because no matter how old the song is to you, it's still new to people. You know, so that's why, you know, that's why Ross, there's one artist, Ross was dropping 1 song a month.
Wow.
For a whole year. And then by the time he reached his 6th month, people had caught up to him, like, okay, now we know who you are. They'll go back. I think his 6th song, that was like a big hit. So when that song came out, people now went back
to the old stuff.
The old one and started streaming, coming down.
Okay.
So it's just promotion is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And don't feel too bad that, oh, I'm promoting one. Yeah, promote it. Keep on
rocking it
in their face. Have people to do a dance challenge. Just do whatever. Just keep them so that they can know that this is what you're doing and this is you. And till they ask you, okay, when is the next one coming out?
The next one?
Like, you ask me now when is the next one coming, because now you know that this is what I'm doing. You've heard 1 or 2. You like that one. Now you're anticipating.
Yeah.
You know, you're almost growing with me now.
Yeah.
You know, you want them to grow with you. They know that, okay, you did that one. Okay, you've done, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Not that you keep on doing, you're like, oh, you released another one. Have you even gotten used to it?
Haven't it, yeah.
Before they know it, they're like, oh man, he probably doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Then the labels look at you too, like, you don't know what you're doing. You know? So you have to, the amount of money you put in production, clothes,
the videos,
club, you know, put half of that in promotion and see what happens. You know, because you going to the clubs and having, you know, spending all this money for section, and then the DJ plays your song 1, 2, 3, 4 times here and there, and so what? I always tell people that worry about the people that don't know you.
Yeah. Because
those are the ones that are going to make you rich. The ones that know you, even if everybody that knows me now, okay, maybe I know, at the most I know 10,000 people. or I know 20,000 people. If 20,000 people go and stream my music, that ain't shit. If 20,000 people go and stream my music now, that's no money. I need the 1 million that I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I don't know 1 million people. I don't know 5 million. I don't know 10 million people. But I need 10 million people to stream my music. So why am I worrying about the 30 people? Because at times some people is like, oh, they're not liking my music. People are not commenting. They're not this. Trust me, they're seeing it. They're not liking it, but they're seeing it.
Yeah.
Worry about the people that you don't know. Like me, once I see comments from people that I don't know, and likes from people, that's what I like.
Okay.
That's what I know that, okay, this music
is moving.
It's moving. You know, but if it's only, and you can't put that burden on people, you know. At times it's a burden.
Yeah.
You want them to post your thing all the time. You want them to post it all the time. I mean, how many times can they share it, man?
Yeah.
How many times can they like it? How many times can they play it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? I mean, we've, you wouldn't believe it's almost been 2 hours, but.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. But what will happen is when you about to drop, after you drop Black Man, I mean, we may do this on IG Live, which we probably a different format, and just to focus on that and the vision for that. But this is sort of a really good. I mean, I'm actually gonna have to split this into the first section more of a life story stuff, and then the second section more about the journey, because I've really got a lot from you. And but I've been following, and but as I said, when you do get when the next one comes out, we'll go on IG Live, so I can just really focus on that and start to watch how that promotion is. And then, you know, probably part of what I'm doing now would be networking, so that there may be people here in the UK who do promotions and might think, you know, these are tracks that they could probably see how to get it in the communities out here and stuff like that. So
yeah. To be honest, I'm really looking to come out to London, because I'm looking for because now I think I want to take it. I want to take it out of Atlanta, out of the States. You know, like if I can, I'm looking for some promoters in London, some venues. I don't mind to come out there weekend, do a performance. You know, that's what I'm looking to do now. So
yeah. So I mean, offline. I mean, my old boss, who I'm going to interview in a couple of weeks' time. He was an engineer, a recording engineer. Did Terence Ten D'Arby's first album. Did 5 Year Cannibals. He was the engineer behind that. Oh, wow. But he now has a promotions company, so he just promotes. You know, he's moved to promotions, and so what I'll do offline, I'll just connect the two, so it could be something to look at and see how some of the hot tracks you have, what they can see about getting it in the UK market out here, because it's, as you said, it's about those who don't know you. So
I'm trying to tell you, and the good thing about the ones that don't know you is they're going to be real with you straight off the bat. If they like it, they're going to tell you they like it. If they vibe with it, they're going to vibe with it. As a fact, the people that know you. People that know you, if they like it, most of the time they're going to like it when you're not there.
Yeah.
You know? Which is okay. That's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just vibe it, you know, like, oh, be on their page and say, oh my, this is normal. I get it. You know? So that's why at times they say, you know, you're only some people say you're only a king till you're a king in your place. Yeah. And some people say you're only a king till you're a king outside, and the people in your place will not respect you as a king.
Yeah.
You know? So it depends on what's going on at that time, and the world is such a big place. There's 7 billion people. Yeah,
no, yeah. But I mean,
look at China. Before this coronavirus, I was looking into streaming in China. That's the next thing I'm looking into doing now.
Wow. Well, as I said, this is one of this. I mean, as I said, it's about networking. So, as I said, we've reached 2 hours. We're lucky we're not IG Live now, but you've really blessed us, me and a lot of people, with a lot of your backstory and stuff. But I think more the future stuff, we'll be going live on that one, just to really get into some of the stuff that you guys are putting out and really having a focus on that. Because I think what I've learned today is that the power of hearing the backstory, what made the man is crucial. But then once people know that, it's like now let's try and look at the stuff he's putting out, and we can put a sort of, we've heard the story, now we can understand the music and stuff.
Well,
So
definitely.
yeah, so definitely thanks for the time and the day and stuff.
Thanks for having me, man. I didn't even know what I didn't even know time had gone down.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you look at the time, you'd be so, yeah, it has hits and stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, we'll put this together. I'm most likely we're gonna have to split into two, because there's no we can. Yeah, we'll split into two. But as I said, there's two different sides. There's the backstory, and then there's the music side, and we'll have to continue the music side once you drop Black Man, right?
Most definitely. Just
Yeah.
let me know. For me, I'll keep you all posted. We should be shooting tomorrow.
Okay.
Hopefully, it should be edited by next week. And then the
Wow.
audio and video will drop next week, and then we'll shoot the other one. And then 2 weeks after that will drop.
Okay,
So-
so we start looking after summer, and about you and I just talking about what's going on, and going from there.
Most definitely. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right, my brother, take care.
All right. Thank you very much, huh?
All right, bye.
All right.
Me and baby girl, we just
Anybody
chilling.
that you wanna pop, yeah, we go pop, pop. We go pop, pop.